We know the famous quote, you are what you think. You become what you think of. Or how Jesus says, the lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be filled with darkness. Whatever we put our attention to, eyes or mind, that will fill our soul. That will fuel our identity. That will fuel literally our actions into the world. So when we fill our life with addictions and we try to beat these addictions by focusing on the addictions, nothing really happens besides that you obsess over your addiction. And we know that you can't really truly remove an addiction. You have to replace it. Because if you don't replace it, it will be replaced automatically by something. Because once you remove it, now you have a vacuum. This vacuum, in this sense, ideally, would be Jesus. Or other wholesome things. But this vacuum is quite big. In a sense, the vacuum is 24 hours big every day. And now the question is, you have 24 hours of storage to fill that vacuum every single day. Whatever gets put into it the most is what will direct, lead, and guide your life. Now, what are we filling that vacuum with? We can say, well, I'm filling it with Jesus. I go to church 1 hour out of what? How many hours in a week? Oh, I'm going to butcher this. 155? I don't know. Let's say 150 hours a week. Maybe. 150 hours a week. 1 hour of that is church. Okay, I pray. Okay, let's say you pray an hour a week. Maybe, if that. 2 hours out of 150 hours is for the Lord. Well, I read the Bible. Okay, how often do you read the Bible? Let's say you're really dedicated and you read the Bible every single day for an hour. That's 7 hours. 7 plus 2 is 9. So out of 150 hours, 9 of them you give to Jesus. That vacuum is still empty. Really empty. So now you need to know what other stuff is coming in. Hollywood movies. Maybe one a day. 2 hours a day. Times 7, 14 hours of Hollywood movies. What are these Hollywood movies talking about or showing us? Scrolling. IG. What's the average? 4 hours a day per average consumer. And I've seen YouTube videos where people show their screen time, it's about 7 hours. Not usage, just entertainment. 7 times 7, 49. That's 50 hours. 50 hours. That's what the vacuum is being filled with. And then we ask ourselves, why is my life so meaningless? Why do I have no purpose? Why am I filled with addictions? Why do I crave all these stimulants, caffeine, sugar, entertainment, lust, other drugs? Well, it's all that you're giving to your soul. So your soul's like, well, this is all I'm getting, so this is what I'm going to desire and crave. This is what you're giving to me. So we have to fill this vacuum. And I know our lives are busy, sure, but if we don't make time, we will suffer. You know, if you don't make time now, you will suffer later. You will suffer the consequences. You know, like people, this one doctor once said, I don't know who it was, but he said, one person said, well, I don't have money for healthy food. And he's like, well, I hope you better have money for when the medical bill hits. And, you know, we try to always push it back. You know, once the kids are older, once the kids are out the house, once I once I'm retired, once I have more time, once I get that job, that payment, that house, it's always in the future. The thing is, the future never arrives. The future never arrives. So if we don't take action today, step by step, right? I'm not saying read the Bible 50 hours a day. I'm nowhere near that. But we have to make slow increments. And if we clean out the vacuum, get rid of the junk as much as we can, and fill it with maybe even nothingness. Nothing is better than negative. If you fill it with an hour of sitting on your patio, sunbathing, looking at the trees, thinking about your life, that's better than an hour of scrolling. That's what I mean. Going for a walk. Doing nothing. Because I notice it in me. I'm currently on my journey of quitting all social media while still being completely active on social media. All my friends are off social media. All of my friends. They don't have it. They're focused on their work. They're focused on their peace. They're focused on their wives. Some of them have kids. My one buddy has 2 kids. None of them have social media. And I wish I could do that. But I need to post videos. I need to make music. I need to promote that music. And I'm trying to find ways around it. And it's really, really hard. Because those apps, they know me too well. They'll show me some stupid car or some funny video, and then I'm hooked. And I'm trying so much to just cut it out and have 2 phones, but then the second phone becomes the main phone, and then I try to do a screen time limit, but then I'm editing a video and the screen timer goes on, and then I'm trying to do black and white to reduce the stimulation of color, but then I can't edit my pictures properly. And then I want to upload through my Mac, but then the Mac has a new feed, right? And you can't upload to TikTok on the computer. And if I'm recording on TikTok anyway, it's just, that's my own pain that I'm dealing with. And I'm really trying to clean that vacuum, because the second half an hour of scrolling can just drain me, make me negative, give me bad ideas. It is literally the light to your soul. Everything you see, hear, consume, fuels your being. And I'm already trying to set up my house in that way that no matter where I go, I'm ready to dive in. I set up my room in a way that there's quotes and there's pictures that mean something to me, and my quote and my cross and Jesus and books, and grab a guitar. And now downstairs in my living room, on the table there's an open Bible. On my kitchen table there's a Bible or a different book. So no matter where I go, there's always something to do. Because sometimes you don't want to sit in one place for 3 hours and learn. So then my body automatically gets up, wants to change the scenery. So I needed to set up multiple studying sections. Oh, now I'm in the kitchen? Well, I guess the Bible's open. I guess I better sit down and look at it. Or, okay, I want to sit down in the living room. Well, I don't even own a TV, so I don't have a TV. So then I sit in the living room. The rule is no cell phone. So now I sit there. Well, I guess I'll open one of these books. Oh, my journal's over there. I guess I'll open that. All of a sudden, that gets boring. Sometimes it gets boring after 5 minutes. Sometimes I read for an hour or 2. And your life isn't like mine. Your life isn't like mine. But you have to set up your life in a way that it works for you. Or you're going to suffer the consequences. And I thought that swearing and bad music and movies and news feeds and seeing other people doesn't really influence me, right? Oh, I'm still faithful. I still believe in God, whatever. I'm a Christian. But let me listen to rap music. It's cool, it's hip, it's swaggy. Let me watch this new comedy movie. with really questionable scenes in it, well, I'll just ignore that. You can't. You can't. You can't. It's too worldly. And I don't want to be one of those prudent guys or boring, whatever, but boring is better than poisoned. Bland is better than chaos. And that's what I'm starting to learn. So, just reduce the stimulation. Get off that stuff. It's better to stare at a wall for an hour than watch some dumb movie. Anyway, that's my thought on that.